Hey, you guys, Lotus Squad. It's been a hot minute since I did an upload, but something told me today I need to get on this camera and do a reading. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of doing zodiac readings right off the bat, I'm going to do a chosen one reading. And after some extensive research, I figured out that I can relate to a lot of the signs that I've seen that have overlapped with different sources. I can relate a lot to being chosen. Now, I had no clue who I was from the beginning. There were a lot of people standing in the way, or that I allowed to stand in the way, rather. And there were a lot of things that I was doing that was standing in the way. But now that I know who I am, I wanted to bring that change to the channel. And I'd like to do this more consistently. If you guys would like me to bring back the zodiac readings, feel free to drop your preferences in the comments below. But today I decided to go ahead and do a chosen one reading. And the title that popped in my head before I cut this camera on was You Figured It Out. And what I mean by you figured it out, you figured them out, you figured out the plots to sabotage you, and you figured out what may have been hidden from you for a while. And this can be just a blanket statement, broad statement, whatever you want to color and paste it to be. But I definitely wanted to come on here to see what the cards had to say and share it with you all. Now, guys, to support the channel, go ahead and drop a like if this reading resonates with you and if you'd like to see more of this. It definitely will help me get my stats back up because y'all know I've been gone for a long time and I'd like to make this a more consistent thing. But with full time work and just some of the other things I was dealing with in the background, it prevented me from doing so. But I said, you know what? No more, no more being in my head. Today is the day to get back on it. So I'm going to shuffle up these cards a little bit more, but it's funny how this popped out. Okay, the Eight of Swords is what this card is. Okay. And just automatically from what I'm seeing, I mean, look at the photo though. Like, and guys, don't mind my nails. We're about to redo it today. I had a lot to do, but anyways, back to the point. I see that a lot of us have been trapped in our head, or maybe there's some things on our mind that maybe we're dealing with some struggles, trials, and tribulations right now that we've been trapped in our minds about. Now, just from this one card, I can already see that some of the barriers and the obstacles that we may be perceiving as barriers and obstacles really aren't as bad as we may perceive them to be. And right now, that blindfold is still over our eyes as we're navigating through these trials and tribulations. So that's what's funny to me. Why that popped in my head. I swear, it was like God's voice came through my head, like you figured it out. And however that applies to you, just apply it to your situation. But let me go ahead and shuffle these up a little bit more, and we'll get right into it, guys. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck, lay it all out, and I can really get down and dirty with it, okay? So I'm going to do it my way. So right now, I see that some of us may still be stuck in the past, or we're dealing with others that are still stuck in the past. Some of you guys may have been feeling like you're stuck in a rut. There could be some memories from our childhood that may have come back home to roost, may still be haunting us for some of us out there. Even people from our childhood, we may still be trying to hold on to people from our past, hold on to people, place, and things from our past. And it just seems like some of the obstacles that may come in the midst of that is giving us a little bit to stress about. Let's just put it that way. It could just have some things to do with maybe some childhood wounds, childhood traumas. Maybe they're starting to come to the surface now, and maybe you're still in your head a little bit. And from what I get from that, I think that now is the time to step back, have a moment of silence, maybe do some meditation, do maybe even some journaling and see what comes up and explore that. Some of us may be too much in the head, so maybe we need to get some distractions. For me, it's been Injustice 2. I'm playing what I like to call She Me. Her name's Starfire. And it's really funny, um, thinking about that character and just how her storyline aligns with mine, and how she even kind of looks like me back in my skinny days, but the storyline is what really got me. And there's another character called, I believe it's Blackfire or Darkfire. I'm not quite sure, but one of them is her sister. Okay, her sister has been a huge like obstacle for her through her friendships, through her life struggles, things throughout her journey. Her sister has been coming in trying to manipulate others in the way that others view her, try to even infiltrate her friends, just to try and get them to change their opinion of her. And I know exactly who that would be in my family. For some of you it could be a motherly figure, for some of you it could very well be a sibling. And so it's funny that that comes to mind. But my point of bringing that up, Injustice 2, Starfire, and how we relate, is that that's my own way of escaping, a healthier way. Now, I love to game. I love to come across people that just like to have fun. They don't take the game too seriously and they enjoy their time. We're laughing together. We're knocking out these, they call them towers, where they have levels of other villains and heroes that we're fighting against, Superman and Atrocitus and Swamp Thing and all this stuff. It's my first fighting game, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's definitely not the same mechanics and type of style and gameplay as GTA 5, but I'll still whoop some behind up in that game. And I started about a month ago, and I've been hooked ever since. Because GTA 5, there's only so much you can do once you have everything in the game. Once you've been playing for years, every day, for years since it came out, that's the type of diehard fan I was, and still kind of am, but the community kind of drove me away from it. And it's just cool to come across a group of individuals where we can just let loose, have a good time, and escape a little bit and just have fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that some of us could do well with finding some things to preoccupy our minds and to bring some life and positivity and fun back into our lives. Get us out of our head for a minute. Working out is a good way to do things. I actually just spoke to a really good friend of mine, somebody that's been an avid supporter of my channel for a while, which I thoroughly appreciate because let me tell you, there's been a lot of family members and people that used to call themselves my friends, and they were nothing of the sort. So with that, coming across like-minded individuals, i.e., the Lotus Squad. I know that was corny, but get over it. I'm fine with being corny, but coming across you guys, it really shed light and put things into perspective of what a genuine positive community of people can do. What kind of change that can be brought about just by being associated with good, kind-hearted, genuine, like-minded souls. And so some of us may still be dealing with people from our past, i.e., the Six of Cups reverse. Some of us may still be trapped in our heads about some of the traumas we dealt with. Now, if you guys have CPTSD, such as myself, it's not a one size fits all thing. Okay. And a lot of people like to try and use things that are not traumatic, just to label themselves as something as them having CPTSD. No, we're talking mental, physical, emotional abuse in the workplace and relationships. I've been through both of those, through the family, friends, gaslighting, narcissism, all of that. Car wrecks, I've been through that. Got ran over on May 2nd of 2022 and literally almost died. The freaking RAV4, I'm riding on my e-bike. I was in the road because you can ride in the road and the sidewalk as well. Um, since it's still considered a bike, but it's motorized, so you can ride it in the road as well. Well, there's not a lot of laws that have been established for that since a lot of people don't really have e-bikes and stuff like that. So things are still up in the air with that. But the point is, I was abiding by the law. Unfortunately, the throttle on my e-bike, after a while, after some time, I think just for me being rough with it and speeding on it, I'm going almost 70 miles an hour because I unlocked race mode on it. I looked it up and figured it out because I like to go fast. But somebody once told me, a wise man once told me, respect the bike. And I was having fun, but I wasn't respecting the bike. So, um, with that said, I decided let me be a little bit more careful because your girl, all this hair, I couldn't put no helmet on and stuff like that. So I should have. Okay, mind y'all need to put helmets on. But and then I was like, I felt goofy wearing the helmet and stuff like that. So it's just dumb, aesthetic, superficial stuff that I was thinking about at the time until that day. And I was on my way to somewhere important, and like I said, the throttle wouldn't respond. Sometimes it took a minute to respond, and the light had just turned green. So I had to get out of the way. So I moved me and my bike out of the way. Everybody else went, and I made sure that it was working. It jolted forward. I said, okay, there it goes. I looked to my left, and I'm seeing this car in the right, in the turning lane, okay, to turn right. Well, the light was green, and the pedestrian crosswalk signal was giving me the go ahead. So I looked at them, I made sure they looked at me. So I was like, okay, they see me. So I'm going, right? And next thing you know, I didn't get one tire all the way out yet. When see in my peripheral that this SUV is coming at me, I'm like, what the fuck? I just looked at you. Well, long story short, it hit me. It was like slow motion. I fell to the right. And I'm thinking as they hit me, I'm like, and then they keep coming. I'm like, what the fuck? And then next thing I know, I'm flipped on my back, and one of the back tires of this RAV4 went over my stomach. And when I felt it go over, and there, yeah, that still hurts. Damn, it's still affecting me to this day. When it initially started, and she did it slow too. When it initially started to go over my stomach, it hit that side, and immediately my core was like, no. I said, and then it went off me, and it finally came off. And right when I got, I said, I couldn't breathe. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Blah 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 blah, and the chick tried to leave and shit, and everybody's like tending to me and calling the police and calling the ambulance and stuff. And so I thought I was gonna die. Crazy thing is, for 2 weeks before that, I was hanging around people that were not like minded, and I kept saying something in my stomach area feels funny. It's like I feel like something's coming, but I couldn't quite pick up on it because my head was so foggy with the type of people I was around. They were negative as hell, and the things I was doing was toxic and negative as hell. So although my intuition was still there on point to a T, I didn't think anything of it when I was on the way. I was on the way to take care of some legal stuff. I made it, mind you, but um, long story short, I ended up having to go to the hospital. It was the worst pain I'd ever been through. But in the back of my head, I said, "You knew this was coming," and because of the people, places, and things that you were indulging in, um, it made things a bit foggy and hectic for you. Now, I'm not blaming anybody for that just solely off of their energy, but the way that I used to take in and absorb energies and stuff like that, you know, it just a lot came to the forefront for me to think about people from my past. And when I told my mother about what happened, fairly recently, might I add, the first thing that she decided to say was, oh, I should get a life insurance policy on you. I'm telling you, when I heard that, you guys, I was like, what the fuck kind of disgusting, sick, demented, depraved shit is this? Okay, I was like, and then that was the moment I knew you can't have her in your life. You can, this woman, and not to mention every person that I'd ever dated in the past, everything was going fine, for the most part. Back when I was dating these people, knew them for years. The moment they talked to her, all of a sudden tones and dynamics change. So I'm not sure what was said. But I do know that, I've dealt with a jealous mother for years, always choosing men over her daughter. That's never changed. Um, Leading to homelessness. That was after the accident, which was actually what I was going to take care of. I had dealt with homelessness because after COVID, I didn't have any work. I wasn't working before COVID. Um, and just dealing with a lot of other stuff concerning my living situation not being safe and all of that. You guys, y'all OGs remember what happened. So, bottom line is the reason why I'm delving into all these details, I'm not trying to only talk about me here, but maybe some of you guys can relate to that. That's what came to mind when I saw this Six of Cups reversed and this Eight of Swords. But with that said, let me go ahead and put this back together and get all the way into the reading. Yeah, yeah. Four of Pentacles reversed. That tells me that we're holding on to people and holding on to things that no longer serve us. And for some of us, it may be out of greed. You know, some of you might be dealing with greedy family members. That's funny that that came out after I just got through telling y'all about what I just said concerning my mother and all that stuff. You know, greed can take over people's minds. Oh snap, my guilds want me to play, y'all, so I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm not gonna skimp out on the details, but I need to get on this guild so we can remain number one. Chosen one, what's good? Chosen ones, what's good? And so, and by the way, guys, don't get wrapped up in other people's spiritual beliefs and all that good stuff. If you have a relationship with God, the Most High God, the Creator of all God, um, don't be fooled by people trying to ridicule or criticize or push their beliefs upon you and then try to take that away from you. If you know who you are and God and you talk to God directly, God talks directly to you, and that's what I do every single day. I don't need anybody to tell me, hey, God said this. Okay, he may have just told that to me. It may not be for everybody, but he will address you. And if you got ears to hear and eyes to see, you going to catch and pick up what's being put down. But the point is, there's a lot of people around you that are focused on money. They don't care. Materialism. They're greedy. They don't care about the feelings of others, the ends justify the means type of thinking. And some of us may have been holding on to these type of people. Maybe some of us have been dealing with people that are very possessive. So they'll put you on the shelf when they're done with you, but when it's convenient for them, they'll come back whenever it suits them or if they need money or whatever the case may be. Now, Ace of Swords, I sure do like seeing this at the very bottom of the deck, which sums up the whole reading. I ain't even laid out the spread yet, girl, but what I'm saying is this Ace of Swords right here, victory is assured by you speaking your truth, by you accepting the truth, by you standing up for what's right and standing up for what you believe in, regardless of whether people are standing with you or not, regardless of whether people may ridicule you and try to demonize you as they have tried to do and continue to try to do to me. That's fine. Do what you want to do, but it exposes those people more than it says anything about me. But the point is keeping that in mind, speaking your truth and staying diplomatic, staying, stoic and all that good stuff. This right here, victory. Okay, victory. And that's one of my songs I made back in 2019. I'm telling you, all the guys, go check out my SoundCloud. I believe it's linked below. But you'll see the titles. You ain't even got to listen to it. I would appreciate a listen so I can get some real genuine feedback on production because those were my first beats I've ever made. I had a lot of people trying to act like they didn't like it, but then came back and say, you know what, this is very abstract. We like it. It's different. And it's not my best work. These are rough drafts. I taught myself the software. So these are just these just came out of me, and at this time I was in a very dark place. So it went from dark to light. The theme of the song titles and in the order that it went. And Victory, I believe, was the last track on the album. And that's funny how we see it here in this card here. Let me go ahead and lay it out. I just got good chills saying all that. Yeah, so some of you guys may be dealing with other people or picking up on other people losing sleep. Some of you guys may be in your head so much that you're losing sleep. So you're not really utilizing um some of you may be distracted and not able to utilize your gifts to their fullest potential, or you're muddling it with all of these thoughts or overthinking. Some of you guys might have an issue with overthinking. Some of you guys may be picking up on psychic attack from these people that know that you figured them out and you figured it out. That's going to be the title of this video. You figured them and their evil plans out completely and shut it down. And so here's what we got. I already laid the cards out. Let's go ahead and get deep into it. So the recent past, we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Some of you guys could be dealing with some financial troubles right now. Maybe that's what's got you in your head so much. You're dealing with maybe some of you guys got bad news. Maybe you guys were dealing with layoffs, or maybe you guys decided, you know what, I can't deal with this. I'm overworked. I'm underpaid. I don't have time to take care of the things I need to take care of. And on top of that, I'm being abused in the workplace. Some of you guys could be dealing with that. This may not apply to every single person. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. And guys, drop a comment below what parts really resonated with you the most. I'm curious to see. But I definitely feel like some of you guys have also dealt with gossiping in the workplace, gossiping within your family, gossiping within so-called friend groups. Okay, and so I think that a lot of us have decided to block these people off. Some of you, it may be an earth sign. You guys may be an earth sign or have blocked an earth sign. For me, it's both. I am an earth sign. Capricorn Sun, Pisces Moon, Virgo Rising, Sag, Venus, Gemini, Midheaven, Scorpio, Pluto was good. But the bottom line is, I think that some of us may be Earth signs and have dealt with an Earth sign where this gossiping was taking place. And you decided, you know what, I don't want to talk anymore. Just block them off. I'm good with that. And it's because some of you guys may have dealt with, after telling them your plans or dealing with them on a regular basis, maybe you're picking up on some of their vibes that's unspoken, and you start to see things start to go crazy in your own life. So that could also be something here. But this Nine of Swords reverse in the challenge position, definitely some psychic attack, and definitely somebody is being tormented mentally because somebody's trying to send psychic attack, because people are speaking ill or saying all these hurtful things, causing a lot of pain, causing a lot of anguish. Some of you guys may be these things may be repeating in your head. And so I advise a lot of us to just kind of step back, do something that distracts you, work out, journal, do something, speak with someone that you trust, or hell, come on here when I start getting more consistent with these videos. Come on here and we'll talk about it. But and guys, keep in mind, if you'd like a private reading, I'm still doing those, but you'll have to go to the Wix site, because Etsy, that's just something that I wanted to keep that there because of the reviews, but you guys can go and see my reviews on my Sage Lotus Tarot 888 Facebook like page. So guys, go like that up, and share this video. Don't forget that. But Four of Swords reverse, if you don't mind. Four of Swords reversed. I feel like a lot of us are restless right now because of things concerning the home, money, people in our family members. Maybe some of us have shelled out a lot of money to people and they haven't paid it back. We've given so much of ourselves, time, money, effort, energy, and we're not seeing that in return. But I do see, if you guys are dealing with financial issues, legal issues, things will go in your favor. Some of you guys may have dealt with someone that may have gone to jail. And some of you guys may be thinking about that. Some of you guys may be picking up on some things concerning a situation where someone did go to jail, or you know someone that went to jail. These people are really just, they're in their heads more than anything, because they have a lot of anxiety and fear about the things that they've done behind closed doors. Okay. And I see the Knight of Cups reverse. It's funny. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, and I also see Libra coming up. And we see Aries, I see Leo, and I see Pisces and Cancer again. Some of these could be signs in your chart or signs in their chart. Either way, these energies are very prominent. And from what I'm seeing thus far, I see two eights. Watch me get one more eight. Now I'm gonna keep this one simple this time, so as to cut back time. But I see an eight and an eight. So I do see positive changes, prosperity coming into your life. So maybe if you lost an opportunity or walked away from an opportunity in the past that just wasn't paying you enough, they weren't valuing you as an employee, they were cutting out, undercutting your hours, people gossiping, people doing office politics and all that good stuff. Man, everybody's online now. um that now it's caused you a lot more stress than it's worth to be going in every day dealing with that, especially for the rate of pay that you're getting. And some of you guys may have even gotten, severance from a position where, again, they weren't on the up and up. The company's probably going under. The company's probably not on the up and up, and so you're dealing with all this BS, and everybody doesn't really know what's going on behind the scenes, but then they'll try and put it on you and say, oh, your performance wasn't good, knowing that you're not going to have access to the files that they have. They could just say whatever they want to prevent you from getting unemployment and all that. That's the game I started to notice recently. Or there's people that's calling the job, or people that's putting salt in your game, and that's caused an uproar, caused some upset here. There's a lot going on, but I see a lot of deception and jealousy. Somebody's spreading lies. Somebody's lies are catching up to them because you figured them out. You figured out that they're very jealous of you. You figured out that they were deceptive. You figured out that they had a hand in a lot of these things that may have happened just by you simply telling them, hey, this is what I'm doing. You're telling them your next move. Damn, everybody in there. Damn. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to distract from the reading. Let me get back to it. It's just I keep seeing the messages pop up in the corner of my eye. And you know what? While thinking about that, maybe there's some people that y'all need to take a step from talking to, take a step back from talking to, because, and I'm hearing this because some of those people, they may not say anything negative. They may say all the right things, but their energy, something in your gut or something in the back of your head is telling you something doesn't smell right. Quite literally, some of these people probably don't even bathe, that probably don't even got, They're not trying to do anything with their lives, but they got the nerve to spread lies and gossip and bullshit and try to sabotage what you have going on. But I do see this right here. Some of you guys could be talking about new positions. Some of you guys could be gaining control again in your life. The advice is be like the emperor here. Control who's around you. Control what you choose to spend your time, money, efforts, energy on. Because some of us have not been regulating that. Some of us have just allowed people to come in because they were family members or people we've known for years. Those people have got to go. You already know who these people are. I'm not here to tell you what to think and what to feel and what to believe. I'm just here to tell you what I see. Okay, I'm just here to live in my purpose. And if people are not living their purpose and they're not doing anything to speak life over others, I'm not watching your content. I'm not even going to give you the time of day. You're getting immediately blocked. If you're coming on my social media making page after page after page, like a lot of people that I know, just to try to talk to me, just go ahead and cut that out. Cut it out because there's no more going back and forth with that anymore. Man, I had somebody cuss me out that's been doing the same shit for years. I